Hey, what is up, everybody, and welcome to the stream. It is nice, beautiful Friday, Saturday. I almost said Saturday. Days just blend together. Friday morning. It's sunny out, but it's chilly. It's like -8 degrees Celsius. But it is the first day of winter, second day of winter, something like that. And today we're going to be building the Wintertime Carriage Ride. This was a gift with purchase made. Actually, it might still be available. I don't know, or like last week or last couple weeks. But anyway, we're gonna build it and we're gonna motorize it in some way. We'll figure out how all that works. So let's just get right to it. I have the instructions up and ready to go. So we are going to try not to cut ourselves. Excellent. How's everybody doing? Who is all up in the chat? Got some people, Mr. Brickster, Marcus. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Brick Film Studio is back in the house. Let's see your new video. Excellent, cheers, thanks. Merry Christmas, yes, Christmas is just around the corner. I guess we don't need these instructions because we got the digital ones on the go. Hopefully building this won't take too long. I'm gonna say under half an hour. 20 minutes. Actually, it'll take longer than 20 minutes. And then for motorizing it, I think we're not actually gonna stick a motor like on the carriage and drive it around because it's actually super small. We're gonna do it in the style, I don't know if anybody remembers my Adam Savage robot rickshaw video from many years ago. Ooh, the horse actually, I don't think I have any of these new horses where the back legs rotate. Interesting. It'd be cool to but it's, be cool to have it so that this hinge actually is motorized, but it's super stiff. So even if you firmly plant the back legs on the ground, I don't think, man, it would be really hard to. We might just do it reindeer style. We'll try and make the horse gallop as well. Maybe we'll do it reindeer style on my Santa sleigh model. Just have the whole horse bob up and down the front of it. But anyway, yeah, we're going to motorize this based on... instead of motorizing the carriage itself, we're going to motorize the ground, basically. If anybody remembers that robot rickshaw video, I put some wheels on the ground and motorized them so that... some like small rubber tires on the ground, which in turn imparted rotation onto the wheels of the rickshaw. Oh, I see. Number one is just the front. We've got some horses. Actually, we're just not going to put the horse together because we'll probably need to connect it to the carriage somehow. Okay, that was a long convoluted intro. So who do we'll... Whoa, buddy went flying. Who do we have in the chat? Edna B, good morning, Jason. MC Cube Master's back in the house. Got here on time, excellent. Logan, do you build sets usually? It's a mix. Sometimes I build sets. Sometimes I build my own models. Sometimes I build sets and I modify them. Kind of like we're doing today, hopefully. Yeah, it's a mixed bag. Lately I've been building a lot of mocks, I guess, the last few weeks. But with the new wave of sets coming out in January, I'm sure I'll be building some sets in the new year. There's definitely a few I would like to pick up. Well, I guess some of them, like the Orrery isn't coming out till March, I don't think, so that'll be a while for that one. Oh, interesting. The carriage driver, I assume this is the driver, has a carrot. You gotta get the horses to do your bidding somehow, eh? Dangle the carrot in front of the horse. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, a lot of Technic plates. Everybody loves Technic plates. Ooh, Enthusiastic Bananas in the house. Welcome back, as always. Oh, Twisted, huge fan, great videos. Cheers, thanks. What do you like better, sets or models? I mean, personally, I much prefer building my own models, because then I can just build them however I like. I actually don't build sets that often these days. Actually, the only time I build sets now is on stream. Pretty much. Annika, my Russian friends like your videos. Oh, that's awesome. What's your largest set? Oh, God, I don't know. What's my largest set? I don't know. Probably the original UCS Millennium Falcon, maybe? We'll go with that. Don't really care about sets that much, so. Okay, we got the, oh yeah, here we go. We got our reins for the horse. So we can rein them in. Can you make a review of the Polaroid Lego Ideas camera? Probably won't make a review of it, but I think I will definitely look at the instructions for it because it does have some cool mechanical action as far as I can see, which will be interesting to look at. I mean, I'm not really that interested in the model itself, but we'll see. Maybe I'll pick it up. We'll see how interesting the mechanism is. Oh, Eric is in the chat. Merry Christmas. Cheers. Thanks to you as well. And to Merry Holidays to everyone else, whatever holiday you manage to celebrate, if any. Ooh, I like the dark green leaves. Nice. Some good festive decoration. Okay, we got some extra pieces. And I assume this goes into the horse. There we go, done. We have a horse with a pair of wheels on the back. That's awesome. I feel like I could make a cool model just with that. What is your favorite Lego idea from this year? Wednesday thing. Like that I made? Oh man, I have a terrible memory. Or from like Lego sets. Favorite idea that I had this year? That's a good question. I will take nominations in the chat. Which Lego set do you want from for Christmas, Brick Film Studio? I do not want any Lego for Christmas. Believe it or not. I just buy Lego when I want it, whenever I need it. So Christmas, I do not need any more Lego. I definitely do not expect any Lego gifts this holiday season. I think new Lego bricks so bad, they are breaking so often. And Anakin. Oh yeah, I actually haven't had too many problems with newer pieces compared to some of the old pieces I have, for sure. Forgot to put the scarf on. Oh, I did put a scarf on. Does the other person... Oh, does she get a scarf too? I guess. The scarf was not extra, I see. It is chilly, I guess, on the carriage. I need to dress appropriately. It is definitely chilly outside right now. Ice Age, happy holidays. Happy holidays to you as well. Okay. Where did I just put the assembly I was working on? Right there. Ooh, dark red. Do like me some good dark red pieces. It's an excellent color. Ooh, Technic bricks pieces. Everybody loves Technic pieces. Oh, interesting. It's a pretty cool way to get the axle spaced out from the carriage body, from the chassis. Interesting. Have you plans figured out for Valentine's yet? Oh, actually, yeah, no, not really. I mean, I built the beating. Actually, I'll probably release the instructions for the beating heart leading up to Valentine's Day. But, of course, I already designed the beating heart, so that is nothing new. I don't have any other plans for Valentine's Day, but I'm sure we will do something. Actually, I might resurrect some of my older models from years back. Maybe repurpose them. I feel like there's a bunch of... A few years ago, Crystal actually designed some... What am I doing? That's the wrong way. Designed some models that I feel like I could make some shorts out of. Which would be handy for shorts videos. Oh, for Valentine's candy, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'll make a candy machine for Valentine's. This year, we'll see. It depends how ambitious I am. I'll have a think about it for sure. Let me see, CubeMaster, I have a challenge for you. Sorry, what's going on here? Why can't I see anything in the chat? When the Polaroid camera comes out, and the challenge is for you to make a cartridge for the pictures with a battery in the bottom and add a flash and then attaches to the top. At that point, you might as well just buy a real Polaroid camera. But yeah, interesting idea. It might be interesting to see how one could automate some of the functionality of that. Again, I'll have to really take a look at the instructions before deciding if there's anything fun to do with it. Actually, I don't know if I have any of these new treasure chest things, pieces. That's pretty cool. Interestingly, though, enough, you can't actually open this without it pushing itself off the back of the carriage. It's weird. I wonder why they didn't just put that one plate higher. What's your favorite build? Oh man, too many. The Voyager. Let's get Christmas out of the way before we talk about Valentine's. Yes, Mr. Singh. Good suggestion. Although when you're designing models that are seasonal, it often helps to plan them. I don't plan them well in advance, but it would certainly be beneficial if I did. It would be much less stressful if I just designed holiday models like a month in advance, so that I wouldn't be scrambling like the Santa traveling around the globe short that I just posted this morning. I stayed up until the wee hours and then I just finishing that. It was very last minute. Oh, interesting. Okay, so again, a good mix of Technic and oh yeah, that's a cool way to get a Technic hole mounted onto system bricks. Yeah, it's pretty interesting actually. It's good technique. Ooh, and then we snap this in. Oh, interesting, yeah. Cool, it's actually a really interesting chassis for the carriage. Oh, I forgot a piece. Yeah, super cool. Super cool mix of Technic and system. Oh, Logan's gonna watch another video. Cheers, thanks for joining. Will it have a supercharger or twin turbo when motorized? No, probably not. Has Crystal made any new mocks any mock inside a mock, like the bust? No. The last thing she did, actually I haven't posted anything about it, it's a beaver skating on a pond. Any more Christmas builds? No, that's it. Hold on. Are there any sets coming out in January that you might pick up? Actually, in January, I don't know. I mean, the Natural History Museum, maybe. No, that's actually out now, I guess. For Valentine's, a gun that shoots candy to keep the girls away. Oh my gosh. What are you, like 12? Probably. Okay. If only I had the 8-gear piece to finish my build. Oh yeah, it sucks when you don't have the right pieces. Then you have to wait to order them. Nobody likes that. Are you going to turn any more of your builds into ideas projects soon? Dr. Incredibly Evil Fish Face. Quite the name. Actually, I've been thinking about it. Nothing that I've already made. No, I think... but I have been contemplating maybe making a... Oh, actually, maybe where the sidewalk ends. I feel like that might be... get some popularity. I don't know. I've definitely abandoned the whole idea that any project I post to ideas would actually make it anymore. But it's cool to have something up there to keep the track of the progress on. And you do get a bunch of free Lego if your project does make it to 10,000 supporters. So there's that. So yeah, maybe in the new year, but we'll see. I have a lot of other projects. It always seems I'm just too busy between the live streaming and the shorts making and just, generally playing with Lego. It doesn't seem like I have a lot of time to actually focus on, creating an ideas project is pretty low on the priority list. Will you release instructions for Beating Heart? Yes. I wanted to build it as Valentine's gift. Yep, actually, they're available to my patrons right now, but they'll be publicly available for free in the new year. Team Rover, and the instructions for your builds available. For some of them, they are, yeah. I mean, you can just go to my website. All the information's up there. There's probably a link somewhere. Okay, center of the carriage. What's your dream Lego set? Dream Lego set. Probably a cool kinetic sculpture of some sort. Doesn't really matter what the theme is. I have Lego Spike set. Any ideas for that? Oh yeah, Spike Prime. I haven't built anything with the pieces from that set, but I've built a few models with the Mindstorms version. I'm sure you could repurpose some of those if you were interested. A dice roller would be nice, especially with your aesthetic skills for D&D, etc. Yeah, I've actually thought a lot about building a dice tower. It's on my list of things to build at some point. But so many people have built them over the years, and there's some really nice ones that people have built. So I'm not sure if I could add anything really to the table in terms of that. But, it would be nice to have one just, for myself. So it's on the project list, but there's a lot of things on the project list that never get built. Oh, Mr. Singh purchased the maze and the pop-up book. Cheers, yeah. Especially the pop-up book, great set to customize. Oh, awesome, thanks. It's getting pretty old. But, yeah, that was a super fun project I worked on with Grant. It was really cool. What is your website? jkbrickworks.com. Almost 2 million subs, Wednesday fan. Yes. Will you do a build for that? Since I didn't do anything for 1 million, I don't know. Actually, R. Hamburg suggested I build my logo on stream, which I might do that, but that won't take very long because it's not very big. But yeah, maybe I'll do something along those lines. We'll see. Actually, it might happen soon. It might happen like within the next month or so. So Hope the brick works this time. I hope so too. Am I ready for 2 million subscribers? Yeah. I mean, doesn't really make any difference to me. Can you make an easy Connect sculpture perfect for kids without the plates with holes? Sure. And not too many Technic pieces. Nathan James Ang. I mean, the swimming shark base I just posted like a month ago has no Technic pieces, technically. I don't think. It's all just system pieces. And it's small, and it's pretty nice. So yeah, there we go. You have a brand? Don't catastrophize. Yes, I do have a brand in theory. Are you working on any Connect sculptures? I love these videos, especially the prairie dogs. Am I working on any Kinetic sculptures? Yeah, I guess I am, yeah. Nothing crazy, though. Nothing on the same level as the prairie dogs. Me and my brothers have a Lego Home Alone set. Is there any way to motorize it? Yeah, isn't there just like a hand crank on the end of that? On the side of that thing? I think you could probably just stick a motor on it. I don't have the kind of gears you used, Nathan James Ang. Well, sadly, you will probably need some kind of gearing if you want to make a Connect sculpture. And unfortunately, I don't know what you actually have, so it would be kind of hard to design a model that way. Okay. Okay, we got some nice fenders for our... Oh yeah, cool. Well, I see why they didn't put the chest one plate higher, because it won't actually fit in there. I guess you just got to take the chest off if you want to open it. I guess it's fair. It's just like putting your suitcase in the trunk. You're not typically not going to open the suitcase while it's in the trunk if you're traveling. Some curved slopes. Prairie dogs are awesome. Edna B. Cheers, yeah. Thanks, that is definitely a popular model. It was all Crystal's idea, so you can thank her for that one. How about chipmunks at a house? Foundation with the house sinking. Yeah. Squirrels are a menace to society. Chipmunks are a bit cuter, but squirrels for sure are monsters. Reciprocating engine, the engine used in the Titanic. Wow. Sure. Is it possible to make a Lego vacuum robot? I mean, you can make a fake vacuum robot. I don't know about like a real suction vacuum robot with just Lego pieces. It might be a bit of a challenge. It must be hard to be a minifigure. Your luggage can't even fit in a suitcase. Yeah, the suitcases are pretty small. I guess they're more like, you know, laptop bags or something. But even the laptops don't fit in the suitcases, I guess. I mean, it is a tough life being a minifig. I'll give you that. It's gotta be. Oh no, my thing just fell apart. Oh, why don't we... Oh man. Surprised I didn't do this the same way as the back fenders. Attach them to the piece first. Anyway. Oh, it's a nice little carriage coming together. Some good styling. Are you aware of any Lego notation for the builds? Like it exists for chess games. I mean, there's definitely a whole like nomenclature about Lego pieces, so I guess it's not really the same thing, but there's obviously specific Lego terminology. You look so old. Oh, thanks. Cheers. Do you collect the Winter Village sets? No, I do not. I have a few of them, but by no means collect them. Okay, we got a seat. Oh, and this cool fairing piece, which I don't think I have this in black. I think I might have it in a bunch of other colors. A seat. Oh, an interesting little Technic. Oh yeah, we can just stick that right there. Oh, that's cool. A little wobbly ride. Oh, and we get some, for good measure, for some strange reason, we get some trans boat studs on the bottom. What is the reasoning for that, I wonder? Then we need some wheels. And I believe that's, oh, we need some lights. We definitely need to light our way. Nice t-shirt. Where can I find one? I have no clue. I bought this online years ago. I really love the Morse code build. Could I build it with a spike? Yeah, I don't. Oh, I have no idea if the sensitivity of the touch sensor is the same for the spike as for the EV3. I don't know. You might run into some like mechanical issues or challenges. I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest, whether or not that would work as well with the spike prime. Well, it depends how fast the sample rate of the sensors are for the spike prime. Because for the Morse code thing to work very well, you need to be able to, you know, tap the touch sensor pretty quickly and have it register all the taps and have like good accurate timing between them as well. So you have to try it out, I guess. My true port, I'm too poor to buy Lego, yeah, because I live in Philippines. Ooh. Yeah, that's a shame. Sadly, Lego is quite expensive. Okay, so in theory, we have a... Oh, interesting, the boat studs are like on the ground. Interesting, I wonder if that's just so that if you accidentally push too hard, you don't destroy the... That probably is. You don't destroy the hinge. Okay, we have a... It's so weird to actually pull this around and have just the horse sliding on the ground. It's pretty funny. Like the wheels turn, but the horse is just kind of floating. What is your rarest Lego set? Who knows? I'm sure I have some signed boxes from Lego designers that are pretty rare, but I don't actually keep too much track of that stuff. Okay, so I think we are done. Done indeed. Okay, so on to make this... Well, we'll make the wheels move anyway. Maybe try and make the horse move a little bit. But it's actually like way too small to put a motor... Well, I mean, I wouldn't say impossible, but... I'm just going to build a display stand for it, as I mentioned at the start, where the wheels will rotate and maybe the horse will gallop. So it'll be like basically a static display where it actually moves in some way. So let's get this chat up a little bit more conveniently located now that the instructions are gone. If Lego still makes life-size versions of the mugs. Yeah, I believe they do. I believe there's like multiple versions of this now available on their website. Such a thing as a Lego camera. I mean, the Polaroid camera is just about to be released, but it's been over 10 years since you made, oh yeah, the useless machine. Could you make a video about that? I think that ship has sailed. Smashing machine, how are you doing today? I'm doing great. How are you? How are you guys? We use Mindstorms? No, I think we're just going to use whatever motors I have on hand. Probably circuit cubes, because I have a lot of those conveniently located right now. Okay, so the way we're going to do this, we're going to build a stand. I pulled a few wheels out. We're basically going to mount some wheels at the bottom, some tires. And we're going to motorize those wheels so that it imparts rotation onto the carriage wheels. Have you considered building a different horse with more posability? Yeah, it's an interesting idea. Minifig scale would be kind of tough, but the horse needs your help, yeah. I mean, I try not to think too much about drinking out of the minifig's head. No, we're going to leave this model completely, pretty much as is. Okay. Okay. We need to start with some stuff first. And for this, I'm not going to worry about colors at all, because we're just prototyping the mechanics at the moment. So perhaps when the stream is over, I'll spend some time to make it look good, but for now, we are not going to really care about that. Okay, first of all, how wide are these wheels? Oh, interesting. They're like seven studs wide. So if we want them centered, I'm going to center them on this base plate, which means these will have to be offset by half a stud. So basically I'm going to put a pair of wheels like so for the carriage wheel, and then these will be motorized magically. So how are we going to do that? We've got some jumper plates first, because we're going to have to offset it by half a stud, and I'm actually just going to put a bunch of jumper plates on each side. And actually, I want these wheels mounted here, so these will have to be one stud in. Mr. MC Cube Master's been watching in 240p. That sounds less than ideal. Thoughts on the new ideas winners? Oh yeah, interesting. Scheme 76. Yeah, interesting selection for ideas. My thoughts are, I'm not really interested in either of them, so I mean, I think it's pretty par for the course, I guess. I mean, the Twilight set, obviously they're just trying to latch onto the IP on that one, trying to get some more people interested in Lego that traditionally may not have been interested in it. So yeah. And then the Botanicals does seem a bit odd since the Friends Botanical set is out. But, you know, it'll be like at least a year probably before these sets are produced, so. Crater Giraffe set is really well proportioned quadruped. Yeah, actually the giraffe set, the Crater 3-in-1 sets, a few of them look quite nice, and I'll probably pick them up. What theme do you have the most sets in? Interesting. Maybe Crater 3-in-1. Probably Star Wars still, because I bought a ton of Star Wars sets back in the day. I mean, I don't have any modern Star Wars sets, but I had a lot of the first few years. Thoughts on how the Ideas program is going, or should it be changed? I mean, I don't really have much interest in the Ideas platform anymore. For example, the number that reach 10K is really high and only 2 get selected. Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is nowadays, so I'm sure Lego doesn't really care. We tried to make GBCs. I made a couple of them. You can find them in the history. The draft looks so good. Yeah. I'm hoping Santa will bring me Sesame Street for Christmas. Oh, yeah. I have that set, but never built it. Common theme. Weirdly, making the ground beneath the carriage move is easier than making the wheel turn by an axle. Yeah. Yeah, because especially since they don't have axle holes on the carriage wheels, you'd have to... Yeah, I guess a friction pin would probably be enough to move it, but... Oh, Nathan James, I just sub. Hope you reach 2 million. Well, I'm definitely going to reach 2 million. But I appreciate that. Oh. Aaron Miller. Nothing better when it's raining in the northwest of England than a JK live stream. The day off work. Okay. So this is going to be very exciting. Actually, I'm going to multicolor this just so people maybe have an idea of what the heck's going on here. Because if I make everything in dark gray, nobody's going to be able to see anything. And then I need a 7 long axle. And some bushings. Okay, we're going to drive these wheels in a very non-standard way. Actually, I'll need a gear in there too, but basically I'm going to drive this axle, and this axle just has bushings on the end, and I figured this out when I was working on the... I guess I'll just make all these white. On the Adam Savage carriage that I designed years ago, but it actually seems to work pretty well. And then if we mount these rubber tires... basically adjacent and 2 plates above, you can see that there's just enough friction for that bushing to turn that wheel, which is a really compact way to turn it. And then we'll put another one right beside it. We just need to get a couple more plates. So now when I turn that axle, both of the wheels, these wheels rotate. And when the carriage wheel is on top, it'll actually rotate that carriage wheel. And then we can drive this axle, and we'll stick a gear in the middle. Obviously we'll have to take that apart to do that, but my favorite build was BB-8. Oh yeah, that's cool. I have the BB-8 as well, and I think I built it actually, but I took it apart. Are circuit cubes durable for heavy mechanized builds? Actually, I don't know. I haven't really put them through their paces, but the Cubit motor, the properties are generally about the same as the M motor, I think. In terms of torque and speed, it's like comparable. What's your longest time not eating food with only water? That is such an odd question. For me, it's 2.5 days. That's crazy. I've definitely not gone that long without eating. Sam is the 130th liker. Excellent. Cheers. You should make second version of Ultimate Lego Useless Machine. You hit 30 million views, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we have a pair of wheels on this side. We're gonna do the same on the other side, but we also need to drive this in some way. So to do that, we need some gearing. And I'm going to be using these half bevel gears because they're nice and compact. So if I do that, I need some Technic pieces. Actually, I'm just going to pull these out as well, since so that is what? It's one plate high. So we need a plate. So basically I'm going to mount we're going to do a 12-tooth double bevel gear. We're going to do a Technic axle, and then we're going to put an axle connector here. And I always find, instead of just having a long axle out to a motor or something, I try and intersperse these axle connectors in between, so that way, like, you know, I can put another Technic brick behind here, and then if I pull the axle out, it won't pull out of the gear, and the gear goes flying all over the place, which is super handy. And then we'll get a half bushing. Actually, I'll just bring the half bushings out too, because I'm sure I'll need more. Okay, excellent. Then we'll put our other rubber tires on. Oh, we need our bushing, drive bushing, rubber tires, another 1x1 plate. You plan to open the Home Alone or ATTE set for Christmas? No. I don't have either of those sets, so that is not going to happen. What's your favorite power source for Lego? Steam, nuclear, hydro. Consistent. We'll use all white ones of these. Okay, so in theory, if I get I'm just gonna stick a circuit cubes motor on here, because conveniently that just fits there, and I have a battery somewhere. Had it charging. And the nice thing about these circuit cubes is you can connect them in lots of different ways. They actually have magnetic connectors, so I can just like stick them together, and there we go. We have a running and if we put the carriage on top, those carriage wheels will move. So now we just need to, well, obviously do the same for the front. Oh, and actually, I want to do this so that I can actually, whatever stand I'm making, I want the front wheels to be able to still rotate. So that'll be an extra challenge. Basically, we want to continue this drive shaft forward, and then we're going to have another set of wheels here, or for the front wheels. But I also want the whole mechanism at the front to be able to rotate as well. So that is going to be a bit of a challenge, but I'm confident we can do it. Actually, my favorite build cost me about $800. I'm only halfway done, starting on it like 3 months ago. Wow, smashing machine. Well, there's a lot to be said for making your Lego builds last a long time. You get more enjoyment out of it. Dr. Incredible Evil Fish Face. How many pieces are in your collection? No idea. Nathan, nothing is worse than losing that one piece that makes everything work. True that. Okay, so we're actually going to need another double bevel gear. Oh, another Technic connector. So we're gonna have to continue this drive axle up the middle, but because there's an axle in the way, we'll just put another Technic gear, so that way, and we'll just be consistent with all these. I seem to have a lot of yellow, these Technic connectors. This is gonna be a hodgepodge of colors. But as I said, we don't really care about the colors right now. It's much easier to prototype things if you don't really care about the colors. Worry about the colors later. Okay. So we're going to need another set of wheels, basically the same as this, but they're going to be able to rotate. So in order for it to rotate, we are going to need some things. Probably some Technic plates with holes in them. Do you have any mocks for Technic set 42122? I have no idea what that is. Likely no. Do you like Lego Technic or Lego Create More? Like system? I really like the look of system builds, like bricks. But obviously everything I build, I pretty much have to use Technic. So, you know, I like them both. Mostly I like merging them together. One thing I hate is when I drop a transparent stud on the ground. Yeah, ain't nobody likes that. Okay, and we also need to carry the drive shaft through this thing that rotates, so that in theory we can make the horse move in some way. So the only way to do that, really, what we need to do is I'm going to mount. And that all has to sit, basically, it has to be centered and rotated. Center rotation has to be under the same rotation point as the front carriage wheels. So the whole thing can rotate while this rotates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a half bevel gear under this. And that way, actually, I'm just going to get a small one of these. Or I guess I should say short one. And then what I envision happening is that the drive shaft will come out of this one. I'll have a half bevel gear or double bevel gear, some kind of bevel gear, rotating this so that can rotate. And then these wheels will be somehow mounted to this end of this. I'm kind of just thinking as I go, so stuff may not seem very clear until I actually get it all together, but I'll try my best to explain what's going on. How many Lego pieces do you have in your room? Again, I like, who knows? I don't know. It doesn't really matter how many Lego pieces you have, as long as you have the pieces you need. Smashing Machine. All of your videos are really sick and cool. I have to watch over and over again because I'm so amazed. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks. Oh, Ray Lee, I really like how the Lego community uses transparent pieces to suspend things in the air and everyone pretends the transparent bricks moles are invisible. Yeah, I mean, what else are you going to do? That's really your only option, as far as I know. Okay, so the nice thing about this system here, and I've been using this a lot, is that, where are my Technic bricks? Is that we can mount a brick here, and I need more double bevel gear, and again we'll get, apparently I should just bring the 3 long axles out. And these, whatever, this one's red, that's fine. So the spacing on this is really nice. If you suspend this half bevel gear at the bottom of a Technic plate, you can mount double bevel gear on a Technic brick right there, and it will rotate. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mount this. So I'm going to create another set of wheels like this. And actually, I think because I'm using this 20-tooth gear, and I need to use this just so there's enough space to actually rotate this without it interfering with... I'm going to need 3 12-tooth bevel gears around this, and so that they don't interfere with each other, I need to use the wider ones of these, which means I'll have to move the mounts for these wheels onto the outside. So I'll need a longer plate. Okay. And we're just gonna get I'm gonna get a 10 wide plate. So basically I need to create those wheels again, but I need to mount them further apart. So we're basically gonna just recreate this. With these 2 sets of wheels. Ooh, Tricks and Bricks is in the house. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining. We are building a motorized base for this carriage, Wintertime Carriage, which is off screen, but you know, a lot of jumper plates. All because I just want these centered on the plates, but you know, you do what you gotta do. Windmill getting destroyed by a tornado. That's very sad. Why not use a small turntable and a universal joint to transfer rotation? I thought about using a universal joint, but unfortunately then you can't drive getting the rotation. If you have a universal joint at the rotation point, then you have to somehow get all of the rotation out of the universal joint back to the side and back to the wheels. It's much easier to actually just mount a gear on the rotation point, centered on the rotation point, so that the whole wheel assembly can rotate and I don't have to route the rotation as much. What's your most embarrassing moment? Oh my god, I'm sure I've forgotten about it. I don't see the camera clearly. Oh, that is a shame. Favorite TV show? Oh man, lately? Oh yeah, I don't know. There's so many of them. Okay. So we are going to need to basically do the same thing. We're going to mount this here. And I see this needs to be centered there, so that also needs to be on jumper plates. Because it needs to be on jumper plates, the double bevel gear will interfere with the jumper plates, so we'll need a half bushing and just a single bevel so it doesn't interfere. So this will be centered here. This will be centered here. So now we have this rotation point. And then we can rotate this whole thing. Yeah, okay, it's all coming together. But we're actually gonna move this back. I don't want the bases to interfere too much with each other. So we are going to do that. Then we'll need a 9 long axle. To span all the way. We'll need a bushing. And then we will also need, what else are we gonna need? I think we can use a double bevel. We'll route this underneath. Actually, we'll just take this off for now. Because we need to... Okay, we're going to need another bushing. All the bushings. Actually, I'm going to turn this... No, that bushing's good. Bushing, bushing, gear, bushing. Bushing, gear, bushing. Okay, so now... Right, okay. Excellent. Excellent. Actually, I'm going to put another bushing, half bushing there. I just don't want this gear to slide. If you just leave gears on axles without butting up against something, they will tend to slide on their own away from the meshing point, so we will do that. Okay, so now I can have a gear coming out of this drive axle that will again have another 12-tooth bevel gear meshed with this, and this whole thing can rotate and it will still be engaged. Why did you want to be a YouTuber who builds Lego? Who was your first sub? Oh my god. God, I have no idea who my first sub was. Actually, it was not Lego related. Okay, history of the channel for anybody that that is interested. Oh, our Hamburg's in the house. Yeah, our Hamburg unfortunately had a very unfortunate Christmas experience. Had to take care of his car. Yeah, sadly, inattentive drivers ruined his car. But hopefully he's all okay, and now he's back in the house. Excellent. Glad to see you here. Who turned on slow mode? I turned on slow mode. I don't want anybody spamming the chat. I mean, come on. Okay, history of the channel. I had no desire to become a Lego YouTuber. That was not something that I was aiming to do or interested in. The first videos I posted on this channel were actually all unicycling related, because I used to unicycle a lot when I was younger. They're all unlisted now, so you won't be able to find them if you just look for them. But actually, I think I have a playlist on my secondary channel. That has them all. But anyway, for years, I just had like unicycling content on my channel, which is kind of odd. But okay, actually, I think I need this to be half. Okay, we're gonna just put this together now. Basically, for years I just had unicycling content, and I had a bunch of subscribers just from those videos. I probably had like 10,000 subscribers before I even posted a Lego related video on my channel. Oh, interesting. That Technic brick is cracked. Oh well. It still works. Okay. So in theory, we want this whole thing to rotate. We're almost at the point where we can connect it all together. Basically... And then we're going to have to figure out if the spacing is going to be correct. What is the spacing on this? Oh yeah, we're way off. I think we need it to be two more studs. I'm just eyeballing it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in the chat. I guess there's a lot of people. As you get more viewers, the chat goes crazy. Oh, Pedro is in the house, able to connect live today. Cheers. Thanks for joining. Have you finished the bigger ski hill? Are you going to update the instructions, Brian? I mean, that'll be a project for the new year, probably. I doubt I'll make like full-blown instructions for the larger ski hill, but I'll probably make, you know, maybe a little guide or something just to show people how it could go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just going to connect these together a little bit. Okay, so in theory, so now as you can see, if I rotate this, which way is the ground moving? Yeah, okay, I think we're good. But now we can rotate this whole front section and it will still engage with the gears. Okay, but obviously we need to somehow mount that. We need to connect it somehow. So we're going to put a tile on top of this. And then we're going to put another... I think we do that. Oh, interesting. That's... Okay, yeah, that'll work. Because these Technic holes are between the studs, it's actually a half stud off. So I'm actually going to use these because this center Technic hole is actually in line with the next set of studs. So it gives us a half offset, which I think is what we want. Is that what we want? Yeah, that's what we want. So I think I can just get a brick. Stick a brick on there. Stick a thing there. Oh yeah, okay, so here we go. So now this can rotate. And if we get our motor, what happened to my motor? This whole thing. Yeah, excellent. Excellent. So now we just need to mount the wheels. I guess I can turn this off. Okay, we're almost in prime time for this. Elias, I just recently found your channel, and I just want to say you have a great channel. Cheers, thanks. Really appreciate that. Hour 1, yeah, 1 hour. Actually, this is going better than I thought it would go. You never know with building on the go how things will work out. Sometimes there's a lot of me just sitting around thinking for like 10 minutes. I sound Canadian. Yes, good guess. I am Canadian. Yeah, our Hamburg, all good. Yeah, I'm okay. Way behind the chat. Girl has some neck problems. Oh no, that's yeah, whiplash is terrible. Actually, hopefully that doesn't turn into anything more serious. I just realized we can actually make anything out of Lego, even anyone. Yeah, you can make anything out of Lego. Anything you want. I mean, it might not be like the same level as like the real thing, but part of building with Lego is just using your imagination. That is the beauty. Okay, we need some 1x1s. Just raise this up a little bit. Okay, we'll mount some last tire. Okay. Okay, so good. So good. Okay, this axle is way too big for one thing. We need like a too long axle so it doesn't interfere. Kayla, YouTube just randomly recommended this stream. Always appreciate Freedom Lego Mechanical Engineering. Best of luck. Oh, cheers. Thanks. Thanks for commenting, popping in. Much appreciated. Okay, so now in theory, we turn this on. Oh, clearly something's binding. What did I do? What did I do? Oh, interesting. No, I didn't do anything. Oh, actually, yeah, what happened? Why is that so hard all of a sudden? What did I do? Troubleshooting. Oh yeah, I think it's just I think there's just a lot of friction. That's fine. Okay, that's better. Yeah, it will tend to actually rotate the whole mechanism. We'll worry about that later. We definitely need to mount all this stuff a little bit more securely. I can imagine your unicycle fans were very confused about the Lego. Yeah, it was pretty comical. Okay, we're gonna need to shore some of this up a little bit before we get too far ahead of ourselves. There's a lot of like, it's all just a bit too loosey-goosey. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's half stud offset. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got some 1x4 plates. And then I imagine actually I'm just going to extend this plate a little bit just so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 long. Four long stud and a couple more Technic bricks. Technically universal joint. Well, as I discussed, sadly that won't work in this scenario because then we can't have the cross axle at the rotation point if the Technic joint is there. Nathan James, I'm so excited to see the final build. Yeah, cheers. I'll probably make a much nicer looking version of this. You know, and make a little short about it at some point. Okay, there we go. At least nothing's gonna come flying apart now. Actually, I'm gonna connect this up to it as well. Let's just tie in that motor a little bit tighter. Okay. Okay, we got something going. Anyway, hopefully the spacing's all right now. Okay, yeah, spacing is good. Okay, interesting. There's definitely, we're gonna have to remove. We're gonna have to remove this plate because it interferes. Oh yeah, excellent. Excellent. So in theory, actually, if I just hold, oh yeah, well, there we go. Okay, so now we have, obviously it needs to be somehow, well actually, I mean, it does stay on pretty well on its own, but I will probably put some kind of loose mounting system. But now we can actually rotate the front as well. You can't rotate too much, otherwise the gears interfere. So we can actually rotate it and the wheels will still move. Oh, Ginger Ninja Lewis. Oh, cheers. Thanks for the super chat. Are you going to create a complex train? Not with this model. This is what I'm making right here. Yeah, so we can rotate this. Yeah, it clearly falls off the... But, yeah, actually it works quite well. So now we do have... we still have this drive axle at the front coming out to the horse, so maybe we can try and make that gallop in some way. We shall see. Imagine the creator of Lego was alive and saw Lego Technic. Well, this is the... Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's all an evolution. Which one of your Lego projects are you most proud of? Oh, man. It's a hard question to answer. I'd have to think about that. Most proud of. I'll go with the Voyager. It's still one of my favorite models I've designed. Brian, I think this stuff is pretty cool, but I have no idea how to make it. Could you give me some tips on where to start? I mean, recreating other people's work is a great way to learn how things work, for sure. Just go on Rubricable and find some instructions for... A lot of my instructions are freely available, so you can definitely... oh, Ginger Ninja Lewis, in the future. Yeah, create a complex train. I don't know what you mean by complex. I've definitely made a couple of like trains in the past. Will you add pivot limits to limit torque breakage? Edna B. Yeah, I mean, I might, yeah, I'll probably put some stoppers on the, if that's what you mean, on the pivot point. And actually, I think it would be really cool if the drive shaft would also drive some kind of rudimentary piston so that the angle changes as it drives. So the angle is constantly changing automatically. I think that will definitely have to be added in the final version. I don't know if I'll do that today. It's actually a little bit tight to do all that. But we can definitely have a drive axle come out to the side from here somewhere. If I change this configuration, we could put another bevel gear here, have a bevel gear coming out to here, and that can drive like a piston that could basically automatically rotate this back and forth. So that will be something that I will do as well. Really? Okay, it's done stream over. We'll still have to make the horse gallop in theory. Patrick Bateman is in the house. Oh man, American Psycho. JK, you are very similar to Apple's Steve Jobs. Yeah, pretty much exactly the same. Might want an automatic computer or something like that. Yeah, cheers. We're gonna make instructions for this. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like this maybe goes better as just a one-off model. There's like a little bit of binding in this system here. So I might have to tweak that a little bit. It's always interesting when you make instructions for things, then people just complain that it doesn't work well because it's a little bit finicky. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Jigbaris, I love your build so much. You have inspired me to make lots of things. Thank you for all you've done. Oh, cheers. Thanks. Really great comment. It'd be possible to fit in the Technic in the model. Yeah, I don't think... you mean like drive this... like drive the wheels? I mean, no, it would not be possible. The carriage is too small. Two-stud horizontal cam. Yeah, that's basically what we need. We'll think about it. We'll see. First, we'll try and get the horse to. We'll try and get the horse to go. We also might need to mount this carriage. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Horse first. So obviously, we'll need to. Fortunately, the horse, in order for it to gallop, it can't be actually physically connected to the carriage. Which means I'll probably need to change these reins somehow. Because even if I just don't have it connected... Yeah, in fact, I think we'll just... Okay, we're just going to take the reins off. Hopefully I can do that without absolutely destroying this thing. We'll figure out some alternative rein mechanism for that. And then for the horse to gallop, obviously the back leg probably just needs to be able to slide. And then the front leg, we need some kind of cam to mount it. Unfortunately, the reindeer cams that I used basically have to be mounted... drive axle this way. I wonder if I can do it in any way with the drive axle being in line this way. We'll see. JK, in reality, I'm a boy from Portugal. Cheers. Awesome. Who doesn't really like Lego? And Joseph. Oh, he likes my content and I look like a good person. Wow. Cheers. Thanks a lot. Switch the reins for ropes. Yeah, ropes could work. But actually, I think I might... I still want the horse to be mounted somehow to the... So maybe I'll just use bars. But we'll have the bars on a hinge of some sort. Like if we put a couple of Technic... For example, let's just spitball here. We'll put a couple Technic bricks and some half pins. And then we'll get some clips on a bar. So we'll put a couple Technic bricks, 1x1 Technic bricks, a couple these little clip arms. And then we'll get some long we'll get some of these long things, long bars. Yeah, so in theory we can have the horse like kind of similarly. Yeah, that's not bad. That'll work. Obviously we need to connect those to the carriage in some way, but for now, I'll just remove those because they're kind of be in the way. Okay, we're going to need another plate though. I'll have to extend this forward a little bit, and then we'll need a cam of some sort. And we're just going to try this inline first. We're going to create a cam inline. Go figure out where this cam might have to be. So that's probably we'll probably want it to be about the same distance as it was originally, which is about there. So the front feet are there, which is basically, so maybe we'll go a 5 long axle. Get a couple Technic bricks to mount everything. I really wanted the winter carriage, and Bob was due gift with purchase, but my local Lego store ran out. Oh man, that sucks. So it is like the Adam Savage robot model. Yep, exactly. It is definitely pretty much the exact same mechanism as the robot rickshaw. Make it move on the ground and tiles to make up the illusion of driving. Yep. Do you show somewhere what motor you're using? I'm using Circuit Cubes. This is the Circuit Cubes geared motor cube. Make a video comparing set 952 from 1978 with a set you created. Oh, it looks like a tractor. I mean, I have been thinking of building. I probably will build an old Technic set on stream at some point. So maybe. And you can attach it to the hinges. Get a Lego rope piece like the ones you used in the ski slope. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, rope reins would work as well. For sure. Okay. Oh, everything's mounted. Oh, yeah, these are all half stud offsets. Interesting. Maybe we'll put the horse further about. We'll get a... Because we've offset by a half, I'm gonna go 5.5 long axle so we can bring that back to well, actually I guess these will be offset by half too. Actually no, let's cancel that. Okay, where's my 5 stud? I'm sure that'll interfere. Yeah, it will. Okay. Okay. Are most of your Technic parts from sets you parted out? Yeah, pretty much. From bricks and pieces. I mean, I've definitely bought a lot on Bricklink over the years, but still, I think most of the pieces I own are from models from sets I've parted out. Okay, we have a cam. Now we somehow need to make that cam. Man, actually that's super fast. It's gonna be freaking booking it. Am I using a Bluetooth engine? This is just the regular battery box. It's not Bluetooth. Just turn it on. You should also make a video of James Bond's Aston Martin gadgets, but all with Lego. Oh, yeah, cool. That could be done. Okay, this horse is gonna be like booking it like no tomorrow. Okay, so I guess if we put the back legs just on a hinge, then put put the back legs on a hinge. Then it'll stay in place. Yeah, we'll see if we can make this work. I'm not sure if it will, but you don't know till you try. Tie these plates together. Again, we're gonna mount the back of the horse on this hinge. It needs to be a bit higher. The whole ground is going to be hinged. Actually, I think I just need a brick. Any way to trot, raise and drop? Well, there's going to be limited mobility on this. Limited mobility options on this horse. I mean, it would be really cool if, because the horse is hinged, actually, as I mentioned earlier, it'd be cool to have the back legs stiff and the front half just move up and down. But it's such a stiff hinge that it'll be impossible to drive that, unfortunately. So we are going to be relegated to. Okay, we're just going to mount this horse super high right now. We're just doing proof of concept here, so in theory, we have a horse on a hinge. That's way too high though. I know you do a Halloween build every year. I've taken to making them and doing my trick or treat on the street with your model. That's awesome. Do you also do a regular Christmas model too? No, not regularly. I mean, I made the candy cane catapult last year, 2 years ago, last year. But it's definitely not a regular occurrence. It's not quite the same as, for Halloween, there's, a reason to throw candy at children. For Christmas, it's less of a thing. Okay. What do we got here? Well, it's doing something. The horse is having a seizure, sadly. But we're making progress here. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to smooth out that axle. So we're just going to put a round thing there. And then here. And then I think we're going to need to extend the front hoof a little bit. We'll give it like a black horseshoe. Okay. Well, actually, we might need a jumper plate because that cam is going to go from side to side as well. Oh, interesting. We're getting closer. It's not bad. It's not bad, actually. But I think we need one more plate. Use only half the cam, travel, and speed might be fine. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely good enough for now. Obviously, it's very aggressive galloping, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, why do the front wheels not turn now? Right. Actually, I'm surprised the carriage stays on as well as it does without being centered anywhere. Can make a clock with a bird coming out of it. Yeah, well. Okay. But we somehow need to mount. I still want to mount the reins somehow back to, but obviously this moves a lot, so these will just basically have to rest, I think, on the, or actually I guess they could just rest on the horse. For now we'll just have them rest on the carriage though. I'm just gonna get a couple of I'm just gonna get a couple of these pieces to extend the reins a little bit. And then I'm just going to basically put a just gonna put a long plate there. I mean, what was this? This was, yeah, so we'll get a couple. Up a couple corner bricks, corner plates, and then we want the flowers back, or the leaves back, obviously. And then in theory, those can just rest on there. Yeah, it actually works pretty well. And then in theory, we can just bring the leaves a bit higher so they don't. Yeah, so there we have some reins back. Oh, I just pushed the whole thing back. Okay, maybe that might not work so well because the horse is moving so aggressively. It actually pushes the. Yeah, they're just a bit too long. Oh, actually, I can just shorten them up a little bit. But I think we also need a tile. Actually, we'll put cheese slopes there so that they. Okay, we are going to have to. Oh, there we go. We are going to have to center this carriage somehow. The horse is a low rider. Is it going forwards or backwards? Who knows? Yeah, ropes would definitely work. Yeah, I'm definitely going to. We're gonna center. Okay, the last thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna make sure that it'll be actually pretty easy to do. We just need to put like a loose, loosely fitting. I'm just gonna see what the spacing is on this. I'm actually just gonna put. I'm gonna put a 2x2 brick underneath here, and then we'll put the boat stud back, and then I'm just gonna make a channel for this whole thing to to sit in, just so that it stays centered. Yeah, and then for now, actually, I'll just put a couple of 1x bricks. Yeah, so now, yeah, it'll just it just stays centered in there. Okay, here we go. Our super ghetto motorized carriage system. Okay, we do need a carriage rider though. And maybe a couple people. Oh, they can't even sit side by side? What do the instructions say about this? Oh, I see, they're front to back. That makes more sense. It's a winter wonderland. Well, there we go. We have a horse and a carriage motorized, and I think it'd be really cool to have this rotate side to side automatically. But that is pretty much it for this model for now. As I said, I think it'd be cool to, we'll build up the base a little bit, bring the tiles up to street level. Maybe make it look a little bit nicer. Maybe cover actually the horse is a bit low right now. The horse is like below wheel level. It needs to be raised by a few studs, which is fine, or a few plates. It's easy enough to do. And then actually I can probably hide the motor a little better. I could probably drive it from the side actually. Like if we drive it from the side, it won't be as long. Yeah, I think it'll be a nice model in the end. But that's basically most of the mechanics, other than the potential piston for moving this automatically. But I'll save that for another day. And then I'll probably make a little short video about it at some point, but it probably won't happen until the new year. So what will the dyno data look like? Yeah, I have no idea. Inside rail to act as wheel limits. Yeah. What's your favorite Lego theme? Creator 3-in-1. Do you have any tips on growing a Lego channel? I mean, make good content, I guess. That's the best tip I have. Well done. Successful Friday, Edna. Yes. Okay. Well, thanks for everybody for joining. Got a little slow in the end there, but oh no, what happened to my chat? What happened to my chat? But yeah, so what did we do today? We'll do like a summary of our lesson plan here. We successfully made a little motorized base for this carriage. Yeah, I think it worked out pretty well. We nailed all the mechanics. I don't think much needs to change other than maybe actually I don't think anything needs to change in terms of the basic mechanics. It'll probably all just remain as is for the finished model. But yeah, thanks for everybody for joining. Thanks for keeping the chat active. And next stream, I don't know if I'll do one next week because it is the holidays, so Crystal and I might do some fun things depending on the weather, since she's off work. So maybe I can convince her to be on the stream. I don't know. We'll see. But I think the chances are probably pretty low that there won't, or pretty high there won't be a stream next week. But yeah, thanks for everybody for joining. Thanks, R. Hamburg, for keeping things going in the chat. Oh, Enthusiastic Banana and Tricks and Bricks were also in the chat for a bit. So cheers to them for joining. Our Hamburg, great one, even though I couldn't be around for long. That's awesome. As always, your presence, any amount of your presence is much appreciated. Merry Christmas, Jason and Crystal. Yes, Merry Christmas to everybody, if that's what you celebrate. Happy holidays otherwise. And yeah, if I don't see you next weekend or week, then I will see you in the new year. Yes, we'll turn it on. We'll go out with the carriage on the move. Okay, I hope everybody has a great holiday season and a new year. And thanks for watching. As always, yeah, thanks for watching. Keep on building, and we will see you in the next one.